It's top of the morning, you know the vibes. This is the Source Experience. It is Tuesday. Um, and I'm just gonna run down a couple of things today. No, not too much to unpack because, like I stated yesterday uh, on Twitter, what are going to be the excuses this week? And the excuses are already out there. I think the more excuses, the more it starts to really weigh down Earl Spence. Real talk. Because when you listen to all the excuses now that are coming out, um, now with the broken rib and all this other stuff, right? It kind of makes Earl Spence look like he never was what he was, man. Real talk. Um, because everybody's making these excuses, but nobody's not really highlighting what it really is. And now I'm starting to see more content creators trying to jump on that wave as far as the speak about the fact that he only fought two southpaws, because now Bud Crawford has come out and done an interview highlighting this. But if you like I said, a lot of content creators, right? They claim to know boxing, but in a sense, they just talk boxing. If you really knew boxing, like you claim to know it, you would have been on this from day one. This is what you would have been highlighting. These are the things that you would have been speaking on, not waiting to after the fact. Because, like I said, a lot of you so-called content creators that claim to know boxing did not see this coming. Did not see this coming. So there lies the problem. Now that this has came and went, and it was so one-sided, and it was so it just wasn't close, man. It wasn't close. Not only was it not close, it was it was like to be honest, it was like it wasn't even close, man. Yeah, no problem. The backpack. Yeah, when they put all the drainage stuff. Okay, I got you. Yep. Go sweep the pad. But yeah, like I was saying, these guys are making a million excuses, right? Because they was out here pushing that line, man. Like, oh, but now Terrence Crawford, I think he did the interview with Sway and he was talking about it. But if you guys really study boxing and know boxing, you knew Earl Spence was doomed, bro. But like I said, when you are part of the problem and not the solution, and you've been out here pushing that line, you know, uh, telling your listeners different narratives, right, about how the fight was going to play out, and Earl Spence was the more dominant fighter, and you know, you got to stand on that, man. And then when the fight took place, and Earl Spence just looked like he sucked. Respectfully, I say that. But like Terrence Crawford said, if you really was on in a tune, right, in tune with what was going on, Terrence Crawford told us that I'm the better fighter. I'm going to show that I'm the better fighter. I'm going to show that I do everything better. And that's what we see. That's what we see. And we also see a fighter that and Earl Spence, like what his team talked about, that was um that was built up. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. That you know, the media had built up. And Earl Spence, it is what it is, man. Guys and their feelings about that. But Earl Spence was a built-up fighter. Like he was a protected fighter. Like he fought two southpaws in 28 career fights. This is a man that had three belts, but yet he only fought two southpaws, man. This is the guy that fought a lot of fighters that brought out his skill set, man. He didn't fight a smorgasbord, what we like to call a smorgasbord. Like coming up, probably he did as far as because the man was an Olympian, right? The man had a big amateur background, so he probably got the work in then. But when they turned him into a pro, a professional, he only fought two southpaws, man. Two southpaws in 28 fights. There lies the problem. Then you add to the fact that what Terrence said that I am better than him at everything. And it showed. But like I said, when you are programmed to believe that this man was inferior, and then like I said, the media plays a big part, man. You got these content creators that, like I said, they push lines. They push these narratives. So when you are programmed to think that Terrence's competition level was insufficient, when you are programmed to think that Terrence's he's smaller, his resume ain't shit, and these are the things that you guys got programmed into believing. Oh, he hasn't fought nobody. Earl Spence fought the better competition. All the better fighters are on the PPC side. See, these are the things that you guys are being programmed to believe. So now believing these things, right? And then the actual fight playing out, and it doesn't go nowhere close to that what you're being programmed to think, it kind of fucks you up, man. It kind of fucks you up. I'm gonna let these guys go over here. Do what they gotta do. It fucks you up to the point where you don't really know what to talk about when it comes to boxing. Because you have programmed your listeners to thinking that this guy really wasn't who he was. And then when the actual fight took place, man, the guy who y'all talked about being this conqueror didn't look like shit. Looked like garbage. Looked like, he didn't belong, respectfully. Like Earl Spence, when you watch the fight, that's why these guys are coming up with all these excuses, because when you watch the fight, you're watching Earl Spence get destroyed to the point where it wasn't even competitive, man. It was like it just wasn't. It was like you watch the guy get demolished. That's why a lot of these radical fans, right? They're still coming up with excuses. And Earl Spence is part of the blame too, because Earl Spence took to Twitter and put that weak ass shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's his problem. Like he hides behind social media, and then like his biased ass radical fans, right? Who people call the Earl sexual, they run with it, man. They take that shit and make all these excuses for, oh, he was high, he was on drugs, he had a broken rib, he was weighing 190 pounds. But why if that's the case, right? All this is what it was, right? That he
he didn't have the best camp. Why did he lie then? Why is he on record to saying that, you know, this was his best fight camp? He's going to break him. See, it goes back to a lot of the shit that I've been reporting on when it comes to them. How they're not official. How they're not official. Because all they do is lie. Got me doing this that launch pad back here. And this launch pad. I'm gonna dump while I'm in here. There's a lot of shit up in here, a lot of gravel. Hard turn. Those guys go by me. Yo, it's tight up in here, man. I make it, y'all make it do it too, man. It's motherfucking tight. God damn, this is a tight squeeze, man. I'm nice though, man. One more pass and then I'm out of here, man. This motherfucker too tight, man. First job of the day, right? Normally you want to come do something nice and easy. The first job of the day. Tight squeeze, man. God damn. I did the damn thing, man. This motherfucker was tight. Dump this bitch real quick, man. Motherfucker was tight, man. And that motherfucker was tight. Yeah, that was nerve wracking on the low, y'all. Oh, but I didn't have to get out. That's what's up, man. She dumped. Yeah, that shit nasty, y'all. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, they gotta stop the excuses, man, and just face the facts, you know. Two southpaws in 28 fights. Listen to the Sway interview where he's highlighting that this is a team, man, that studied him, bro. Like they're not one thing about Team Crawford and Red and Saul and Bomac and Bernie and Bud. Yo, they studied Earl Spence, bro. Just like if any other boxing person, if you're a real boxing person, not a content creator, like see, content creators a program, man. Like you sat and listened to Fanon, the Egos, Blue Blood, all these guys tell you about Earl Spence instead of you guys learning about Earl Spence yourself. Now, if you really learned about Earl Spence yourself, you'd have seen the same things that Team Crawford seen. But you being listening to all of these guys that don't know shit, respectfully, don't research nothing, right? Like I said, had they researched, they'd have been like, yo, they would have been like what Bob Arum came out co-signed off on. Now with Bud Crawford, that's co-signed off on. Earl Spence only fought two southpaws, man. Now, as a boxing mind, you say to yourself like, damn, this guy's a world champion with three belts. But yet he only has faced two southpaws as a professional fighter. Why is that? Then you would even further it by saying this. For those of us that are conscious and know shit about boxing, just say, damn, the, the southpaw that he was supposed to face before Bud Crawford was going to be Manny Pacquiao. That fight, he was getting southpaw work leading up into that fight and was getting beat up in sparring. So you say you will put all these things together like damn. So in the biggest fight of his career, which was going to be Manny Pacquiao before this Challenge Crawford fight, he was facing a southpaw, so he was getting southpaw work. That is when his retina got tore or detached. Now, if you are a student of the game, you're taking all these mental notes on this. Like, okay, going into the Manny Pacquiao fight, the footage was out there, the guy beating him up or getting the best of him. Maybe it wasn't his day that day, but he was getting touched up. That was southpaw work. So now if you're not programmed and you're not a follower, because one thing about boxing, especially the YouTube community, is followers. And most of you guys follow whoever you feel is popular. They don't have to always be correct. And a lot of these popular guys, you know what they do? They follow the trend. Now that Bud Crawford has come out and did the Sway interview and talked about how the things that I'm talking about that Bob Arum said, right? About how Earl, they knew because he only fought two southpaws. You see how a lot of these guys now are trying to switch it up. They're switching up their stance. But before that, they always on record as a saying, oh, Bud never fought nobody. Bud was too big. Maybe EJ never fought nobody. Two southpaws. So who really never fought nobody? Earl Spence. But you wouldn't think that if you don't think for yourself or do your own research. You're gonna go off of what the popular narrative is. that he had the better resume that included him not fighting left-handers. Like, come on, man. It's this is like apples and oranges. All right, my bad, y'all. I had to see this location. Right now, since I'm doing the talking to y'all, I'm tapped in on breaking this whole excuses down. But the major excuse should be the lack of Tom Brown, Golden Boy as well, because he was with Golden Boy for a couple of his earlier fights, not matching him up with Southpaws, man. And then you could put other things in, like, see, a lot of the excuses that these guys are making, right? The neurological damage and what else? The broken rib. He was 190 pounds, and it's like, come on, man. Why? Why now? Where was these excuses when he fought Ugas or Danny Garcia? You know why you didn't have those excuses then? Because those guys were suitable for his standards. And when I say his standards, I mean they fit the mold to make Earl Spence look like the Earl Spence. See, Terrence Crawford nor his team fitted that mold. Terrence Crawford said, "We took the jab away. We took his jab away." That's what they did. They, they, they took away his jab. I don't like how she's rocking. Hold up. There we go. That's better. That's better. But yeah, they took his jab away, right? And when they neutralized his jab, and then they started putting their hard jab on him, he systematically just broke down, man. He broke down. And then when you are a one-dimensional fighter, what Earl Spence is, right? Um, you're not accustomed to fighting backing up. Because if you watch all Earl Spence's fights, right? Watch his fights, man. Watch a lot of his fights. He's the come forward guy. You guys wanted to call him a pressure fighter. You really want to watch a pressure fighter? Watch Antoine Russell. That's a pressure fighter. He's a pressure fighter. Earl Spence is what Terrence Crawford and them said. He's a basic fighter with consistency. He's constantly throwing the jab. That's his pressure. But a pressure fighter is constantly on your back. Which, if you watch Antoine Russell, that's Antoine Russell. Fistiano, good morning. How are you doing? How are you doing? Hopefully you are not part of the excuse squad as to why Earl Spence lost. That right now to me. I no longer was an Earl Spence supporter, but now it's like when I hear these guys constantly make excuses for him and the reason why he lost, it really makes me look at him in a different light. Like, it just does. Like, and now it makes me question, like, was Earl Spence really even Earl Spence? You know what I'm saying? Like, stop making excuses. Like Terrence said, I am the better fighter. I am better all around. And that's what we see. And that's what we see. See, I wasn't programmed by, the content creators that were pushing that line as far as Earl being bigger, having a better resume. Because one thing about me, at one point, Team Spencer, it don't make sense. That was my shit. I made that up, right? So me knowing that, making that up, I always studied EJ.
I always see flaws in his game that I would, talk with his uncle about, right? So when these things, the fight took place, and I said what I said, I knew he was going to lose to Terrence because I knew the type of fighter Terrence was, right? But what sealed the deal for me is what Terrence's coaches and his team was saying. I said, oh man, they know. They already know. Earl's in trouble. Yeah, he's in trouble. And then what solidified it was the arrogance from that whole team. Derek, EJ himself. Oh, I'm going to break him. No, you're going to get broken, my guy. Derek, I don't study film. I don't do this. Well, you should have been. Because not only have they studied you, they figured you guys out. You guys are a one-trick pony. And that's what we see take place. And now that that has taken place, content creators that were, on record as to pushing the Earl Spence line are, right now they got to stay faced with their listeners because they got a lot of these content creators got a lot of these YouTube listeners fooled. You guys really thought these people knew shit about boxing, and it comes to show you that they don't know nothing. What they do know is manipulation and programming and following the line. Because if they really knew what they was talking about and speaking about, they would have told you the many flaws of Earl Spencer, not fighting southpaws, flat-footed, slow, borderline predictable. Now, these are things that Terrence has come out and said. He was predictable. Yeah, when you study a fighter and you study him, you pick up on their tendencies. The same way these guys are programming listeners to think, oh man, Earl Spencer's the eye collector. Actually, he's not. 28 fights, Cal Brook, who Dennis Ugart, that's two guys. But then you guys want to add in Lamar Peterson and Danny Garcia. So 4 off the bone in 28 fights. That does not make him an eye collector. But you guys ignored the fact of this. Terrence Crawford, 10 straight stoppages, now 11 with Earl Spence. But you guys ignored that. You didn't want to talk about that. When they asked the coach, he got grumpy. He was upset. Oh, against who? Against you now. You are one of the 10. You are one of the 11 now. But you wanted to ignore all of that. Instead of being like, yo, listen, this guy is a threat. Not only is he a threat, he's a problem. But you wanted to ignore all of that. Shout out to T15 Miles. Appreciate y'all in here. Christiana said exactly. I've been Team Buff from day one. All right, that's what's up, man. Yeah, they broke him down like an organic compound, bro. It made it look easy, man. It made it look easy. That's why Steven Espinoza and them, they don't even want to see the rematch, man. Yeah, and if you seen that, yeah, he was at the fights this weekend in Maryland. He's on record to stating that he wouldn't mind it being next year or later on in the year. See, yo, now these are the guys you gotta listen to. Later for listening to, like I said, the Fanons, the Blue Bloods, and whoever else, Ego, whoever your favorite program is. Don't listen to them. Listen to the suits. Listen to the guy that's going to be putting up the money. Steven Espinoza and Paramount is going to be putting up the money again. So if he's telling you that he wants to see it later on, early next year, or later on in next year, that's letting you know Earl Spence is not ready. Not only is he not ready, they're not willing to put the money up yet after seeing him get shellacked the way he got. They're not, man. They don't want to see that again. They had a lot of money invested in Spence. Spence went out there. Spence was the 3 belt holder. He went out, he went out there and got dog walked. He got mollywops. He got destroyed. It wasn't even close, man. It was not even close. She said all fish are big till a bigger fish swims by. Well, I don't think Crawford is the fish that by no means. And I never liked it that moniker for Earl Spence, especially him being of Jamaican descent, that he wanted to be a fish. Like that in the Jamaican culture, a fish, in the Caribbean culture, period, but especially in Jamaican culture, a fish is frowned upon as a man. So when he was the biggest, the fish, I was like, yeah, what is this guy, man? What I'm talking about? What that bum buck I talk about? Like, come on, man. Yeah, fish? Like, come on, man. What is this? What y'all down fuck talk about? You know, what y'all bum buck I talk about? Y'all fish. But to each his own. He could have been any other kind of apex predator, but he wanted to be a fish. And Terrence goddamn netted him. Netted him, gutted him, and fed him to the people, man. You know? Fed him to the people, man. But yeah, I don't want to see the rematch either, man. I'm like Steven Espinosa. Maybe next year, Get your mind right, man. Get your mind right. Go evaluate some tape, study. But like I said, shout out to the homie Eric Kelly, right? E. Kelly South Bob's Gym. I don't see it being any different, right? Earl Spence, that was his 29th fight. Um, you know the saying, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Earl Spence is pretty much who he's been, man. Like I said, they handicapped this man, bro. He's only fought two southpaws, man. And now you're asking him to fight one of the best southpaws, man. Yes, Butter's a switch hitter. He's a conventional fighter by birth. But he fought that fight, the whole fight as a southpaw. Earl Spence was so unprepared. His coach, like I said, I'm going to continue to say that, and I don't care who this offends. The man is incompetent, man. I know y'all saying, how dare you talk about him? He's the coach of the year with champions. What have you done? Listen, man, I have champions in my family. I was in the gym last night. Just because I don't parade around saying I'm a coach, I'm this, I'm that. When it comes to boxing, I know a lot, man. And it shows. It shows in my content, right? Because the things that I pointed out about this fight before it even went down, that the video, and I got so much backlash for it when I said what in the slow, stiff Spence is going on. And then Bomax, say, yo, he's slow as shit, kind of over the top. But hey, what do I know? And then Bob Arum, and now Terrence Crawford says, oh, we knew the fact that he only fought two southpaws. See, this is what real boxing people know. Real old heads. And shout out to all the old heads that I was raised around, that I learned from, that passed on the knowledge and wisdom and understanding to me. So I'm able to not be programmed by a whole bunch of popular YouTubers that respectfully don't know shit about boxing. Because if they knew anything about boxing, they would have told you what many didn't know. Earl Spence was in trouble, man. This wasn't going to go the way you thought it was going to go. It was not going to go the way you thought it was going to go. And now that it hasn't, all the excuses and what if this and what if that. And like I said, shout out to the brother Blu-ray. I have a newfound respect for him after watching that great interview he did with World Combat Sports. But him coming on board is not going to help Earl Spence. And unlike Blu-ray, I can speak on this. Derek James is not going to help Earl Spence either. And yes, they do need to bring somebody else in, but I think bringing somebody else in is too late. Because like I said, this is his 29th fight. 3 southpaw to 29 fight. And you're not facing a typical southpaw. You are facing a southpaw that pretty much has mastered your style, that his team has studied your style. So it's like, what are you going to bring to the table now that's going to throw them off? And you know the saying, right? Once a fighter fights you and they dominate you in the fashion that they dominated you in, like to be honest, and people not speaking on this, but I'm going to speak on this. Yo, Terrence Crawford
stated after the first round he had you figured out. He probably could have really stepped on you, but he's thinking about the long haul. Like, yo, he wants the rematch. He wants to get another big bag. So he didn't want to step on you like that. But he so could have easily got you up at it. Because if you see how you got up after the second round, when he caught you and you was allowed to make it out the round because the round almost ended, yeah, you was almost out on your feet. And then another telling sign, right? And I want y'all to watch this. In the fourth round or the fifth round, when the doctor came in there and looked at him, when Earl Spence went back to the corner for the doctor to look at him, he almost tripped over his own feet. Pay attention to that, man. Yeah, pay attention to that. See, all of the beat down, all of the clubbing upside of his head. And Bomac spoke about this. Terrence was clubbing him upside his head, man, with vicious, hard shots. That shit was slowing him down. You guys are talking about, oh, he was high, he was this. No, he was getting bust upside his head. See, a lot of y'all never been in no gym, never been in a ring, let alone been in the gym to see when fighters take shots, how they start slowing down. Like when you say, take the air out the tires, beating them to the body. The same thing applies upstairs. When you are getting bust upside your head, losing brain cells and oxygen flow to your head, you're gonna slow down. Your medulla oblongata, whatever you want to call it, you're gonna slow down because you're getting bust upside your head, man. You're getting bust upside your head, and that's what Terrence was doing. Everything that Earl Spence talked about being and doing, that's what Earl Spence. I mean, that's what he got. He received. He got broke down. He got broken up. He got his will broken, and that's what you seen in that final round. Before Harvey Dent stopped it, he was the broken fighter. He was swinging desperately, like Bomac said, he's desperate. His corner, his father, his coach, their pride was in the way. Like, yo, throw the towel, man. Rest in peace to my man from Rocky. He said, throw the damn towel. Throw the towel in, man. But y'all let that man go out there and get embarrassed. Now he's embarrassed, right? This is going to be on his jacket for the remainder of his life, of his career. I don't care how many cool videos he tries to do, going on vacations and all that. It's not going to erase the fact that when he fought for undisputed, he got mollywopped. He got embarrassed. And listen, he can say all that, running back gang and all that, and you can get the show business and all these guys to talk about, yo, he won the Epilute and all that. No, he did, man. He came in underprepared. He came in arrogant, and he got the living shit beat out of him. He got a humbling, old-fashioned ass whooping. Let me get to some of these comments. She said, I don't want to see a rematch at all. Exactly. Exactly. I wish I could pin that, man. I wish I could pin that. But right now, the networks don't want to see a rematch either, man. That's why you see Steven Espinoza trying to delay it. People were hating on all the time greats for picking Bud. But no, you know why they picked him, Cristiano? They knew. These are boxing people, man. Like I said, a lot of YouTubers and content creators, they're not boxing people. They are people that talk about boxing. It's a difference. When you're a boxing person, either you fought or you've been around the sport for a long time, you know what you're actually watching. A lot of these people don't know what they're watching. They know what they're programmed to believe. They know what they're programmed to believe. Like the people that manage Earl Spence, that maneuver him, they knew what it was going to be. That's why they never wanted to fight Terrence Crawford, because they know they had built Earl Spence up for a certain way. Earl Spence fought certain caliber fighters. And then what did they do? They used the show business. They used the Ellie setbacks. They used the boxer egos. They used these programmers to program the masses to believe Earl Spence was this type of fighter. Now, meanwhile, the other suits, the Bob Arums, the Frank Warrens, the guys that have been doing this their whole life, matchmaking and putting fights together new. Like, man, stylistically, Earl Spence is going to have a hard time with Terrence Crawford. He's going to have a hard time with him. And even Earl Spence's coach knew this. But he being so arrogant and not real. Where the mother? Derrick James is not real. I don't care who gets offended by me saying anything. He's not real. Because if he was real, he would have never let his fighter out there like that. He would have kept it all the way tall. But he can't. You know what I'm saying? Once you are down with the programming, down with the deal, you got to ride all the way to the wheels fall off. And that's what we watch happen. That's what we watch happen. Shout out to Marlon Kings in the building. Ron the Don. Hopefully all is well with you as well. He said, morning, Chad. Shout out to the soft experience. Yes, yes. Shout out to D Ray in the building. I want the rematch. I don't, D Ray. Who's gonna buy the rematch, man? Listen. To be honest, D Ray. Now we got to talk from a selling consumer standpoint. What did you see in the fight that warranted a rematch? What warranted a rematch, D Ray? After the 5 year build up, after the 5 year build up, and after the build up of oh, I'm gonna break him. I'm gonna break him. What did you see that you could say, okay, if they fight again, Earl Spence is gonna win. The fight will be a lot different. What did you see that makes you think, oh, and I'm gonna tell you, all these fucking excuses, respectfully, is not helping the fact. When you got people making millions and millions of excuses, right? It's not helping the fact for a rematch. It's not helping the fact for a rematch. You know what I'm saying? Because to be honest, all the excuses is just a cop out to why Earl Spence got dominated. So that's people putting out these excuses, knowing like, damn, he can't fuck with Terrence Crawford. He can't fuck with him. Which he can't, man. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. Like I said, they made close to $22 million, right? At the gate. $22 million, around 700,000 pay-per-views, right? Do you think they can make $22 million again? Because those ticket prices was expensive. Do you think people are going to be willing to pay that top dollar again after watching that shellacking, bro? Because remember, we wanted this fight for 5 years. A lot of people were saying it was a 50-50 fight. When we got it, was it a 50-50 fight? Monica, you in here. Do you want to see the rematch? The 5 of y'all that's in here, man, feel free to type, man, if y'all want to see the rematch, man. Y'all listen, don't be scared to comment. I know some of y'all might just be in here ear hustling. Y'all don't want to comment, but y'all don't want to make it seem like y'all listen to me. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's all good. But feel free to comment, man. Comment, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, listen, you see how I did not agree with my guy, D-Ray? Did I curse D-Ray out? Did I say, yo, get the fuck out of here, D-Ray? Get the fuck out. Nah, right? I didn't come back D-Ray like that. I just gave D-Ray my opinion. D-Ray, get the fuck out of my life. Get off my live. If you want to see the rematch, you want to see it. Hell no, right? Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, yeah. And I say this respectfully, right? I don't want to see it because listen, I don't care who don't like this, right? Take it how you want to take it. Yo, Derrick James, I'm on my Rick Glacier. My Rick Glacier was talking about uh, uh, Al Heyman. Yo, Derrick James is an egotistical asshole. He's not gonna make no adjustments. He's not gonna make no adjustments. And then, and furthermore, he's not even gonna bring in nobody to help him. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna bring in nobody to help him. So it'll be worse, bro. Trust me, it'll be worse, man. He done beat the shit out this nigga, man. Respectfully. He done beat the shit out of EJ, like clubbed him all upside his head, made the nigga do the stinky leg, made him do all this stuff, right? Made him do all this stuff that he said he was gonna do. He said, you got hurt by old Campos. Remember how Bud said, you got hurt by old Campos. Yo, Bud did everything that he said he was gonna do to this dude, right? EJ did nothing of the such, right? Nothing of the such. So you gotta think about that mentally. Spence is broken right now. Yo, these content creators could put out as much content as they want, trying to build up his confidence. Listen, he's a broken man right now, bro. Because later for all the memes and the shit that people are talking about, this guy, all that shit that he taught for years and years, right? You too small. You too young. All that is out there, right? So now he has to not only live with the fact that he talked about this guy being small, basically lesser of a man than him, that beat the shit out of him, bro. Beat the shit out of him. Remember, you too small. You too small. Remember when they met in Oklahoma? Yo, he was running with that. Yeah, you too small. You too small. Right now, the guy that was too small destroyed him. Destroyed him to the point where it was crazy, bro. Earl Spence looks crazy in these streets, bro. He looks crazy, bro. That's why, and the excuses is not helping him. You got like a million excuses. That's his ribs, this, that, and the third. That's not helping him, man. It's not. If anything, it's diminishing him, man. Because he just went out there, like Terrence said at the press conference. He said, "I am the better fighter. I do everything better." And that's what he did. He did everything better. And we've seen that, man. We've seen that play out. And not only was he the better fighter, his team was the better team, right? Granted, Earl Spence only had one coach, because I guarantee you, in between the rounds, right? When you go to Terrence's team, you hear Bomac, you hear Saul, you hear Red. When you go on Earl Spence's corner, who do you hear? Just Derrick James. You just hear Derrick James. So that lets you know right there. Even though Earl Spence had three guys in his corner as well, he only had two sets of eyes telling him what they were seeing. Last time I checked, 6 sets of eyes is better than 2 sets. But hey, I could be wrong, right? What do I know? What do I know, right? Shout out to Toby in the building. I got the UK in here. So right now, this is an international source that said they love me in London, Larry. They love me in London. This is an international source for your ass. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. The small, Fistiana said, hold on. She said, the small guy. Let me drink my tea. Y'all got me a nice tea this morning. I'm gonna drink my tea. I'm gonna drink my tea and look at my comments, man. Okay. She said the small guy was the weight bully. Yeah, he bullied the weight bully, right? You're absolutely right, Fistiana. He bullied the weight bully. He bullied the weight bully to the point where he beat him up, man. He beat up Spence bad, man. He beat him up so bad that they like these niggas is making every excuse, man. Why Earl got beat up like that, man? They don't want to accept the fact that he got beat up from a superior boxer and a superior team that came up with a game plan that was like, their game plan was next level, bro. It was next level. Their game plan was next level. Yes, so we are global, baby. Their game plan was next level. Not only was it next level, it was just like so calculated. But they had this planned out for 4 years, man. Yo, Bomac was ready, man. Bomac was ready. Bomac said, "You can't hide no more, Derek." It was over, man. It was over. Yo, see, one thing I can say, Derek is an asshole. But you know why Derek lost it like that? Because Derek is an asshole, right? But Derek knew it was at that point. That's why I did that video, right? Derek knew that too. And I'm coming out with the shirts, man. The jig is up, man. The whole lead up to the fight. What was I saying, man? Shout out to WCS.
and all the chats that I was in, and I kept saying, "Yo, the jig is up, man," because the jig was up, man. I knew, right? Because I know boxing. Derrick James knows boxing. He's an asshole, but he knows boxing. When Bomac said to him, "Can't hide no more, Derrick," that's why Derrick lost it. Derrick turned 12 years old and wanted to throw personal insults because he knew the jig was up. He knew it. He was like, "Damn, they got me. They got me, man. They got me." It was over, man. You can't hide no more, Derrick. He knew that they've been hiding behind the media, behind YouTubers, behind content creators, behind the networks, behind managers, behind promotional companies. But he knew you can't hide no more. They had this game plan for 5 years, man. 5 years, man. Bomac told me. I remember at the Stewart Hotel when Bud Crawford fought Green Machine. I don't think it was Amir Khan. It might have been the Green Machine. Even though I was doing my media thing, then I probably didn't talk to them for the Amir Khan fight because I think I was still fucking with Team Spence at the time, and I felt some type of way. But then once I said, "Yo, I can't be if I'm trying to be media, I can't be biased." But I know it definitely had to be the Amir Khan. I mean, it might have been the Amir Khan fight. I don't know, man. But I've been, talking with these people for a long time now. But I remember Bomac telling me. I remember him telling me specifically, right? Yo, you can't keep calling them out, man. These boys don't want to come off the porch. And it was, then it was like, kind of getting them in me. I'm like, yo, he's right about that. Why are they so scared? Why they don't want to fight Terrence, man? And then I really started breaking them down. I'm like, this is why they don't want to fight Terrence. I started seeing the flaws. Like, yo, EJ's all right, but he's not real. Remember that line? That's JC, right? He's all right, but he's not real. That was EJ, man. He's all right, but he's not real. And I say that to say this. He's all right, but he's not real. Two Southpaws and 28 fights, but yet you're a 3-belt champion. He's all right, but he's not real. The jig was up, man. The jig was up, bro. For so long, this man was protected. That's called protection. When you don't fight Southpaws, that's called protection. When you fight non-athletic fighters, that's called protection. There's a reason why he didn't want to fight Keith Thurman. Now, Keith Thurman ain't want to fight me. Nah, you ain't. Come on, man. That's a big money fight. That's a big money fight. You don't want to fight him because Keith Thurman can move around. You like stationary targets. You like guys that are flat-footed like you, that you could just bulldozer. I'm a step. You couldn't step with Terrence, man. You see, Terrence set that damn trap for you. Your ass stepped right into that damn uppercut in the seventh, didn't you? You stepped right into that uppercut, you know? Mona King said exactly. Derrick James has always had no character. The reason Spence fights like a dimensional boxer in my thoughts. Yeah. Well, Derrick wants them to fight like him. If you watch some of Derrick's fights, that's how Derrick fought. That's how Derrick fought. And Derrick is like Debo. He looks like Debo. Rest in peace to my man. He passed away, Zeus. Zeus died. Derrick looks just like him. Remember when he said, yo, get knocked out how your father used to get knocked out? Derrick wanted EJ to get knocked out because he got knocked out. Fucked up, man. Who does shit like that, man? He wanted EJ to get knocked out. But one thing I am happy for EJ is that he got paid, bro. You know? He got paid. And shout out to Adrian Clark for making that happen for him. Because that's why, to be honest with you, you know what our fallout was about? Because I always told that dumbass nigga, like, bro, you getting jerked. Al Heyman is jerking you, bro. You're not making the money that you're supposed to be making. And it had to be the educated brother from Wall Street. I say that, joking around. Shout out to Adrian Clark. Because, see, me, I'm not an educated brother. That's what they say. That's what I always love to say. But, hey, what do I know, right? But I was always telling these old, these guys, they was getting jerked. Like, yo, what? That shit guaranteed? Nah, man, you getting jerked, my nigga. They would tell me, oh, you don't know nothing. What do you know? Well, it seemed like I knew something because now you got paid, right? You got paid, right? You felt blindsided and all that because you was getting jerked, but you don't want to talk about that, huh? I'm gonna do a whole in-depth live on that one day because I got the receipts from that when I was telling you, like, yo, bro, you're not getting the money you're supposed to be getting. And what you trying to do, trying to blackball me, and you was upset at me for telling you what Adrian Clark has told you now, and now you're on record to getting your money. And shout out to AC for making that happen. The educated brother from Wall Street, Adrian Clark, man. Martin King said, watches everything, every move. Earl Spence could take some lessons from Boots Ennis. That should be Spence go to fight, or even Rashidi Ellis to get his skills in check. Yo, Ron, man, I just think, yo, man's 33 years old, bro. He's pretty much set in his ways, man. Can't teach an old dog new tricks, man. I think if he fights any skilled southpaw, right? A skilled southpaw with a strong team around him that will pick up on the many flaws that Earl Spence has, the same thing will happen, bro. It'll happen. It'll happen, right? And trust me, it'll happen, man. He said, but Spence moving up spells trouble. I'm going to tell you, he's going to have trouble moving up, man. You know who? Yo, shout out to my guy. My guy is on him right now, Charles Conwell. Charles Conwell might, listen, man. Right now, one thing about boxing that I love, right? To me, boxing is like the streets, bro. I think boxing is like it's like the streets to me, man. It's like in the streets, right? Yeah, you could be one of the most feared niggas in the streets, right? But when you fall, right? Listen, because there are wolves and predators everywhere. But a lot of times, a predator might not try you because they see you, they view you as a killer. But once they see you fall, all the predators now get that confidence. They all do. And Earl Spence whole demeanor was built up on this shit. And when people see Terrence Crawford just beat the shit out of him, bro. Like I got messages and shit from other fighters. They ready to try you, bro. yo, they ready to try you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yo, so many fighters hit me up behind the scenes, right? They was like, yo, Shy, you was right. Shy, you was right. You know what I'm saying? Yo, cause a lot of fighters was programmed, right? Because they listen. Don't get it twisted. Fighters really listen to content creators, right? Yo, they listen, bro. So when they seen that play out, and I was telling a lot of fighters behind the scenes, right? Like, yo, you could beat this dude, bro. He's all right, man. Listen, this is what he does. Like, and yo, did you pay attention to how I said he didn't even have his foot placement right? And then Antonio Tarver talked about that. See, these are things that the coaches break down. The warlords, the guys that the chess players. These are the things that they're gonna break down and tell their fighters to look for. And Terrence Crawford just went out there and destroyed him. And now other fighters see this, man. They're like, yo, I could beat EJ. I could do the same thing. And I think that, listen, and to be honest, the ass open that Terrence put on him, that takes a lot out of you, bruh. That takes a lot out of you, man. You like when you get your ass whooped like that, like he got his ass whooped, bro. Like I know a lot of y'all love dude and y'all did not listen, man. That nigga got his ass whooped, bro. He got you know how you know a lot of his fans know he got beat up bad when he posted those pictures in Spain The first thing that they said was, "Oh, look how fast he healed up." Eh, incorrect. He didn't heal up. The exterior might have looked like it healed up. Mentally, he is shattered, bro. That swelling of the brain, because yo, trust me, he got swelling of the brain. The way he was getting bust upside his head, and the juices and berries was coming off his head, because that was water. He had the all natural juices and berries coming off his head. All that water that they was pouring on his head, and them shot that Terrence was hitting him with. You don't recover in a week. You don't recover in 2 weeks from those type of blunt trauma blows. That is why the Nevada Athletic State Commission suspended him for XYZ, because you don't recover from those type of shots. If you did, they wouldn't have suspended his license on fighting in Nevada. He could have fought like Robert Helenius just did. Robert Helenius got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, but somebody said that he had fought like a week or two before that. But hey, what do I know? He said blood in the water. Yeah, man, telling you, man, he said sharks in the water with their fin up, man. They in that water now, man. The sharks is in that water now, man. Yeah, you see my man, yeah, I wish I had I was at the crib, I would pull it up. My man Charles Conwell added EJ, bro. He added him, welcomed him into the 154 division, because Charles Conwell is the #1 ranked in the WBC. They put Earl Spence as #3. Yo, Charles Conwell added him. Yo, he added him. Know why? Because EJ is no longer that fiction. Charles Conwell added him like, yo, what up, homie? I'm here. You on my block now. You on my block, man. They with the shit, man. And yo, to be honest, I think Charles Conwell will give him a hell of a fight, man. There's a lot of 54 guys they're gonna have to keep Earl away from, man. Terrence Crawford ain't even at 54, but I'll definitely keep him away from Terrence Crawford. My bad, I muted the mic. I had to blow my nose, man. Damn, pollen is a motherfucker, right? But yeah, another 154 guy that I would definitely keep him away from. At 154, who I would keep him away from. That is a young killer at 154. Let me see who y'all think I'm talking about. He's a young killer right now. He's also eyeing Earl Spence. He said no ducking your competition at 154. Yeah, I know a young killer that is eyeing him, right? He really wants to beat up his stablemate, but after, I'm telling you, when you have a performance like that and you get beat up and dominated, Tim Tszyu. All these guys are looking at EJ now like food, bro. He's food, man. That's just the circle of life, man. It's like, well, like I said, the boxing is like the streets, and it's like the African safari, man, the tundra, right? EJ was the Pride Lion. He was the leader of the Pride, the PBC Pride, right? Terrence Crawford came over there in the Serengeti and just dismantled him, right? Now, EJ got ran off of the Pride, right? So now he's at 154. He's just wandering around. He's a nomadic lion right now. I'm not going to call him a fish, man, because we don't recognize men as fish. So he's a nomadic lion. But now he's stomping around at 154. You have nomadic lions already up there. Like I said, my guy, bad news, Charles Conwell. He's looking to take over a Pride land. He's seeing EJ come up there. He called EJ out. He added him, man. Go on Instagram. He added Earl Spence, man. I might have to get him back on the platform. Because if you check my interview that I had with him, he said, he was looking forward to this. This is before the fight. He said he never worked with EJ, but he's looking forward to it, man. He said, Ron said, I just want to see a good match. That star power ain't it up there, Sean. Not right now, but EJ brings that star power. And if Bud Crawford moves up there, it's there. It's there. Like, listen, granted, whatever happens with Charlo and Canelo, why don't they set trip? You know what I'm saying? They need to stop acting like they friends and all that shit. Set trip. Why don't Charlo and EJ fight? It's there. You know what I'm saying? It's there. Set trip, man. They got a set trip, man. Stop acting like y'all are friends and it's all hunky dory. Y'all don't really fuck with each other like that. It's obvious. You know? He said, damn, EJ looking like food. He is, man. Appreciate that, Ron. He's a plate right now, bro. He's a plate to everybody. Listen, the man just made $25 million fighting Bud. So other fighters are seeing that like, damn, he's a $25 million man. He's a boss man, and he lost. Like Bud made that type of bread too, right? But they're like, man, listen, they looking at Bud, right? Bud is that nigga, right? You know how it's like the hood, right? You know the niggas in the hood that's getting that money, right? But he's about that action, right? You might see that nigga at the corner store with the trunk jewelry on, right? You know, he got the nice car, he got the women, but you like, man, you might want to try him, but you like, yo, man, listen, nah, man, that nigga putting in that pain, right? So you ain't gonna fuck with him. But then you see that chump, and I'm not saying EJ's a chump or nothing, but you see that chump nigga that got that shit. You're like, man, I'm gonna take his shit. That's what EJ's looking like right now. Niggas just seen Bud dust him off, right? Niggas is like, yo, I'm gonna take his shit, man. I'm gonna take his shit. And that's what you're seeing right now. Real talk. And I don't care who this offends. This is like. That's what it's like. This is the streets. Boxing is like the streets. Boxing is like the African tundra. They're just seeing EJ get ran off the pride land. Now the other nomadic lions that want to take over territory, they're like, yo, man, I'm stepping to that nigga, man. That nigga just got 25 M's. Y'all want some of that. They on them. Who they gonna go after? Are you gonna go after the killer or the one that got killed? Real talk. It's 10 of y'all in here. Feel free to answer that. Who y'all gonna go after? Who's the easier lick right now? Who's the easier lick? Terrence or EJ? Because they both are high profile fighters right now. Who's the easier lick? Is it Terrence or EJ? Niggas is like, nah, they're like, yo, run down on T-Bud. Niggas is like, hell no, I ain't running down on T-Bud. They're like, run down on Spence. Niggas like, yeah, I might try him. He just got beat up. Yo, he ain't got it no more. They're going to run down on Spence. They're going to run down on Spence, man. Spence is food out here, man. These other content creators is on some bullshit. I'm telling y'all the truth, man. That nigga is food right now, man. Real talk, Ron. Real talk, Ron. Talk about it, Ron. Real talk. EJ is a plate out here right now, man. That nigga's a plate, man. And the rest of you dudes out here speaking, y'all scared, man. That's just like, yo, listen, that's just like anything in life. If you see a nigga get destroyed in anything, everybody else that watched him get destroyed, like, yo, I could do the same thing to that nigga, man. That's why I hate referencing the streets and all that with this shit. But it's like, that's the only thing y'all can really visual. It's like, when you in the streets and your parents they tell you, yo, you better not let that nigga do that to you. That's what happened. That shit happened to EJ now. So now niggas is like, yo, I can do that to him. They ain't saying that about Terrence because they're like, yo, Terrence is like that. Niggas is looking at Terrence like, yo, Terrence is like that. Yo, Terrence is coming on the strip. Yo, and niggas is like, yo, what up, T? Yo, T, what up? Yo, EJ's coming on the strip right now. They're like, yo, there go EJ. There go EJ right there. They sizing him up. Yo, Terrence is coming on the strip. Niggas is giving it like, yo, what up, T? Yo, bro, what up? EJ coming on the strip. They're like, oh, there go that nigga EJ. They sizing him up, man. Yo, they sizing him up, man. Real talk, man. Yo, facts. Yo, all boxing 1108, man. Talk about it. He is. That nigga's he's an injured wildebeest right now, man. Yo, the crocodiles. Yo, listen. Yo, this is the jungle, bro. The crocodiles, the motherfucking hyenas, the wild dogs, the lions, all the apex predators out there. Yo, EJ is a meal right now, bro. Yo, Bud Crawford done damaged him, bro. They looking at that nigga like, yo, he's food, bro. They not looking at Bud like that. Niggas is looking at Bud like, yo, he like that, man. They like, yo, he like that. Now, if Bud would have got beat up, man, listen, they would have been on him. They would have been on him. But after they see how that ass whooping Bud put on him, yo, niggas is clearing the path for Bud, man. Bud is coming through like Shaka Zulu. Yo, you remember when Shaka Zulu, remember when, that's my movie, right? Yo, remember when Shaka got ran off the tribe? He got ran off. They exiled him, right? And then that nigga came back when he united all the troops, and he came back marching through. He came back to take the crown. That's how they looking at Bud right now. Remember when he came back walking through with his troops, and they seen him coming. Yeah, they cleared the path for him. They parted like the Red Sea parted. That's how they doing when Bud come through, right? Yo, Bud walking through. Yo, niggas is parting out the way. They parting out the way when Bud's coming through. Yo, Bud coming through. Yo, they sound the alarm. They going crazy. Cause yo, Bud is that warrior right now. They getting the fuck out the way. They clearing the path. Yo, EJ coming through. Niggas is over there sucking their teeth. They sizing them up. They're like, man, I can take that nigga. Niggas is huddled up like, yo, that nigga ain't got it no more. Yo, word, son. That nigga ain't got it, man. That nigga soft, man. You see what Bud did to him? Y'all whoop his ass like Bud whooped his ass. That's what niggas is saying right now. Real talk, man. But see, y'all can't handle that. Y'all can't handle that. That's the life. When a nigga get beat up, man, it's the same science. Darwin's theory, man. It's Darwin shit, man. When somebody gets taken down, everybody else is on like, y'all can take him down like that too. They're not saying that about Bud Crawford right now. Bud Crawford is the #1 killer right now, man. He's the #1 killer, man. For real. He said EJ gonna need a folding shit. Yo, man. It's sad, man. He got beat down, bro. He got beat down, bro. He got beat down, man. But I'm gonna tell you, listen. You got some young killers out there. It's just like to say, right? EJ's still a general, but he's a general that has fallen. But even like that's why I love my nephew Jihad, right? Yo, Jihad is a young general. Yo, Jihad been wanting to fight all of them, right? And y'all used to get mad when I used to talk about that. But that's how the real young G's is. The real young alpha lions, they want that spot, and they're willing to go after it. It's these these other lions that ain't really like that be scared of that. But the young ones that know one day they're gonna be the Shaka Zulu of the tribe, they're like, yo, I want that. I want that. You know what I'm saying? I want that, man. That's why I like Charles Conwell. That's why I like Antoine Russell. And I shared that with y'all, man. Like when y'all see one thing about me, I always like to build with the younger brothers. And I remember building with Antoine Russell. And I'm gonna play the clip in a second to show y'all, because I seen it in him, right? You know what I'm saying? One apex predator to another apex predator. I seen it in him, right? And I was talking with him, and I asked him, right? Yo, real talk, aggressive alpha talk. I said, yo, when you gonna take over? Word up. I'm gonna play the clip for y'all. I said, yo, when you gonna take over? When you gonna run the Pride land? When you looking to take over? Because yo, you can see it. Yo, listen, for one aggressive outlaw, apex to another, you see it in him. Like, yeah, I see the ambition in him. He's ready to take over. So when you gonna take over? Right? And Antoine said, yo, when I see them ready to start retreating and hiding. Real talk. You think I'm lying, right? Since y'all think I'm lying, I am going to play the receipt right now. Because I had that receipt on deck. I was going to do a video on this, right? So what I'm going to do is I am going to play the receipt right now, because I want y'all to see the look in Antoine Russell's eyes, right? You're going to see the look in his eyes. When I brought this up to him. Watch the look in his eyes, right? When I asked him, when are you going to take over? Pay attention to the look. See, Alphas know the look. Aggressive primates, aggressive alphas know the look. Watch the look in his eye when I say, yo, when are you going to take over?
Jerron Ennis, you know, you guys are going to be the next three kings real soon. How soon do you really see you guys taking over the realm? I mean, if you pay attention to the dynamics of the sport, you got to look at the.
Y'all see that look in him? I said, when do you see yourself taking over? You heard his tone? He said, when you pay attention to the dynamics of the sport. See, he already had the vision. When you pay attention to the dynamics of the sport. It's alpha shit right there. Shout out to Antoine Russell. He's coming, man. Antoine Russell is coming. Yo, Ron, I appreciate that $2 sticker. Salute to you, my guy, always supporting the channel. Yeah, he said he should retire. That's what EJ was talking about, man. But he didn't want to say Gary's name because Gary's like that. When he said, yo, who raised you niggas and all that, he was talking about Gary. When he put that tweet out there, he was talking about Gary. Because Gary was the only one on the major media platforms this week that said he should retire. He said Boots better hope Russell don't move up to. Yeah, they're gonna meet up, bro. Yo, listen, they're gonna meet up, man. I spoken with both of them behind the scenes off the record, right? Yo, they got unfinished business, bro. That's a rivalry since the amateurs, man. If you know, you know. That's the rivalry since the amateurs. And I'm gonna share a quick story, right? Yo, when October, right? October on the Wilder card, all the Russells was here. Blue Blood did an interview with Antoine, right? And in the interview with Antoine, Antoine came into the hotel, and Blue was actually interviewing Big Gary, right? Little G, I call him Big Gary now. Rest in peace to Uncle Gary, the root, man. So I call Little G Big G now because he's his father, right? But Blue was interviewing Gary, Lil G, and Antoine and the other brother kid because Antonio was fighting on the card. So when Polo came, Blue started interviewing Polo. Yo, Polo was fronting on Blue because Blue be calling, he be calling Boots Ennis the Phenom, right? So Antoine, if y'all never really kicked it with Antoine, Antoine's like that, man. Antoine is an aggressive. He's a cool dude in that ring, outside the ring. But in that ring, and when he's talking that warrior shit, he's aggressive, right? He's aggressive. He's like that, right? So you know what I'm saying? He was flaring up on Blue a little something, right? And I was seeing it and I was loving it. I was like, yeah, right? You know what I'm saying? He was checking his temperature. That's what we call checking temperatures. He said, yo, you talking about the Phenom all the time. He said, any of them could get it. You know what I'm saying? And he's been on record to that. Yeah, he wants to fight the Tank Davises. He wants to fight the Devin Haney's, all these guys around. Because, he'll press them out, man. And I've been told y'all that, man. The best thing for Devin Haney is if you come up to 140, and I say this respectfully, stay away from Antoine Russell. Stay away from him. Stay away from him because you're going to get something that you don't want. You're going to get broken up. You will get broken up, man. And I don't care what LDBC niggas you get on here to pump your narratives. They can't get in that ring with you. And that heat that motherfucking Antoine Russell's going to bring to you is real. That mambo sauce is real. Antoine Russell will break you the fuck up. He will break you up, bro. It's a different type of heat that he brings, man. Different type of heat, man. You know, it's a different type of heat. And listen, Antoine Russell was always one of my favorite fighters coming up, watching him in the amateurs because I just like I like aggressive fighters, man. I like fighters that want to hurt you because this is the hurt business. And one thing about Antoine Russell, he wants to hurt you. I love fighters like that. That's why when I'm in the gym, if you watched my video last night, and I was talking with one of my young boys in there, and he was talking about he said, yo, I'm gonna work with him. I said, fuck that. You go in there and you put it down on him. You work with him. He's trying to hurt you. And when you're in that ring, It's no playing around. You play basketball, you play football, but you don't even play football because niggas is trying to hurt you playing football. But fighting ain't no playing, nigga. There's no playing and fighting, man. Oh, I'm a work. No. You try to hurt him, man, because he's gonna try to hurt you. This is the hurt business, man. Ain't no playing around. You play around, you're gonna get hurt, nigga. But yeah, Antoine is different, bro. He is different, and I'm gonna share this, right? The homie Trayvon Marshall got broken up, right? Going into that fight, I knew this was going to happen to him because unlike a lot of other people, I am privileged to a lot of information. He was spawned with Antoine Russell. Trayvon Marshall fights at 147. Antoine Russell was breaking him the fuck up in that fight camp. That's what Antoine Russell does. If you ask a lot of guys that have sparred with him, they don't really like to spar with him because he hurts you. He's the type of guy that when he spars, he doesn't play in sparring. You know, you get some of these guys that spar and they play around. No, Antoine is going to hurt you. That's why a lot of guys don't like to spar with him. But real guys love to spar with guys like that because you know the saying, iron sharpens iron. Iron sharpens iron. And a little off topic, but on topic, why do you think Shakur and Terrence Crawford love to spar each other? Because they are two gladiator iron warriors. And I was speaking with my man Rocket, and we was on the same accord. I said, yo, as long as Terrence continues to work with Shakur Stevenson, ain't nobody gonna be able to fuck with him. Hey, yo, listen, that's another reason. See, y'all didn't want to pay attention to that, right? Yo, the quality of work that Terrence Crawford was getting leading up into fighting Earl Spence was better, superior work. Listen, Earl Spence was working with Marvelous Jarvis. Marvelous Jarvis is a blogger, man. He's a fucking blogger, man. All respect to him, successful at his craft. Terrence Crawford was working with Shakur Stevenson, man. And whoever else. He wasn't working with no fucking YouTube bloggers, man. He was working with another grade A killer. Like, come on, man. But you guys just, like I said, you guys don't pay attention to boxing, man. Y'all don't, man. He said, Haney gonna get exposed. I agree. Shout out to WCS in the building. You know, salute. He said, Devin Haney, my guy. But I respect Russell's part. Yo, man. Yo, Russell was different, bro. I'm telling you. Yo, I remember, right? Those are my guys, man. That's my family. Listen, I call them my cousins. We're not related, blood related, but we're related, man. Same tribe, same vibes, right? Yo, Twan the Dawn is different, bro. Yo, he's different, man. Yo, he has all of them, but he's bigger. Yo, he has Gary's hand speed. Like, yo, listen, y'all didn't really see all of his tools, bro. Like, yo, he hasn't been pushed yet, man. When he gets put, that's why, when he gets pushed to really have to step, you're gonna see how special he is, bro. Y'all gonna really see, man. Like, he gets guys added, he hasn't got pushed yet, man. You know? But shout out to Polo, man. He looked good that last fight. He looked real good. He had my man Ken Cruz in the liver. Yo, we call that the Hannibal Lecter. He put that mambo sauce on that liver shot, man. That man curled up like he had to take a shit. It was over. Yo, I'm telling you. And if you ever in the gym with me, I always tell all my young killers, finish to the body, man. Because, a body shot will break a nigga down, man. Listen, a lot of time headshots, guys can walk through, bro. But, you hit a guy in the body at the right organ, body point, I don't give a fuck how tough they is. Your body is going to lock up on you and shut down. That's what you see happen with Kent Cruz. The man wanted to get up. His mind, he wanted to get up. But his body was like, bro, it's over. It's over. It's over. I remember when Jihad hit my man with that shot in the bubble in February, and he curled up, man. Body shots to do it to you all the time, man. All the time. He said, yeah, but Shakur Stevenson ain't got a name like Marvelous. Word, Marvelous Jarvis. That nigga was small, Marvelous Jarvis, man. Yeah, he was small. Yeah, he was small, Marvelous Jarvis. Yeah. Listen, man. They set my man Earl up from the jump. Yeah, he was small guys like Marvelous Jarvis, right? That nigga Marvelous Jarvis. I always remember. They was interviewing that nigga. Yeah, he was making the rounds, right? Respectfully. I don't want y'all to say that I'm hating on him or nothing. Respectfully, he was making his rounds, right? Shout out to me. Yeah, me and WCS did the little video on it, clowning and having fun. Yeah, see, dudes get mad when you be comedians and all this shit on social media, right? Like, yo, don't take this shit personal. It's just comedy, right? I don't get mad. Niggas be on here calling me Beetlejuice. I love it. I took that shit and ran when I say Beetlejuice boxing gems now. I don't get mad, right? So they was getting mad because we was clowning this dude, right? Or having a little fun, right? So I'm like, man, a goddamn YouTuber, right? Can't tell me, oh man, in the power. He said in the power that Earl was hitting. Like, nigga, what power are you just displaying? You know, show me your resume. A champion fighter, yo, the power is back. Hey, yo, and content creators was running with it, man. Yeah, they was interviewing this dude left and right. Like, bro, who has he fought that he can that he's giving you an accurate range of knowing somebody's power, bro? What is his assessment? You know? And last time I checked, he's only working with Earl, so he's just saying the power. Has he fought any other elite welterweights to say, oh, yo, compared to this guy, the power, just the power, the overall power. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. For real, man. And, yo, I guarantee you, if he thought business power was different, yo, he would have said that Terrence Crawford was hitting like, yeah, remember Mike Tyson? Yeah, that's one of my favorite quotes. Yeah, when they asked Mike Tyson how Razor Ruddock hit, he said he fucking kicks like a fucking mule kick. It was like a mule kick. Yeah, that's what Marvel Charles said about one of Terrence Crawford's left hands and right hands, man. Yeah, you know Terrence Crawford's hitting hard though, right? Yo, peep the play, right? Yo, Terrence Crawford, right? When you watch that fight, this gives you a range of how hard he's hitting. But watch how Earl Spence's head was snapping back from that right hand jab, bro. From that right hand jab. Yo, every time he was getting hit with the power jab, he was getting whiplash, bro. He was getting whiplash. Yeah, I watch that fight at least twice a day. Sometimes, yo, the weekend, sometimes 3 times. And every time I watch it, I just say to myself, like, damn. Yeah, I have more respect for EJ, and then I come online and I lose that shit. You know why? Because I see dudes making excuses. But when I watch it, I'm like, damn, that nigga took a real ass whooping, yo. I was like, that nigga took, yo, listen, Harvey Dock, man, to me, you are one of the best referees, man. Because I think what you did, you saved his career, bro. In more ways than one. Because by you stopping that fight, man, because he was gonna get folded, bro. He was gonna get folded. When you hear my man, the commentator, he said he's on inline skates. Yo, EJ was done, bro. Yo, EJ was done. Yo, EJ came in with that wild fury, right? He was throwing them wild like haymakers, and Bud just counted them. And then his legs like buckled. It got crazy, man. But Harvey Dock, man, much respect, man. Yeah, you saved that, man. Because if Harvey Dock didn't step in, you see the ridicule that he's going through now. Yeah, he was gonna get folded, bro. Yeah, he was gonna get folded, bro. And then they're killing him right now, man, with the Martin memes and all that. They would have been killing him even more, man. They would have been killing him even more, man. You know, so by Harvey Dock doing what he did, you know, like, much respect, Harvey. Stopping it, man. Yeah, he was cooked, bro. Listen. Yo, like my man said it, that's my movie too. Tommy Davidson in Strictly Business. He said that ham is cooked, fried, slayed, and ready to be glazed. Yeah, he was cooked, fried, slayed, and ready to be glazed. Word. Yeah, it's just a joke, man. Y'all gonna get mad like, yo, man, fuck you, Sean. Yo, you disrespectful piece of shit. Yo, you can't beat EJ. You disrespectful piece of shit. He was cooked, man. That hair was ready to be glazed, man. It was ready to be sliced and glazed, man. Yo, Crawford tore his ass up, man. Yo, Terrence wasn't playing, man. Yo, Terrence is like that, man. So you would knew that, man. Yo, you would know that if you studied, man. Yo, if you really studied, then you would know Terrence was like that, man. Shout out to Terrence though, man. Listen, I liked the Terrence, but I'm gonna tell you what really got me to liking Terrence is when I met his family and they looked out for me and shit. And I was like, yo, these are some real down bottom people. And then when I sized Terrence up, I sized up every fight I ever meet, right? And I seen how big that nigga's hands was. I said, yo, it's no wonder he's beating the shit out these little ass niggas, man. That nigga got heavyweight hands, man. Yeah, he got the biggest fist I ever seen on a small dude like that, bro. Yo, it should be illegal, bro. Yo, real talk. If I ever like a fighter that I'm fucking with ever fought Terrence Crawford, right? I will put in the what's the name, right? It should be illegal, right? Especially at 147, and then he fought at 135 and 140. Yo, listen, man, it should have been illegal for him to fight in 8-ounce and 10-ounce gloves. But how big his goddamn hands is, bro. Yo, his hands are so massive, bro. I would have put in the contract that he got to fight with 12-ounce gloves on, bro. That nigga, yo, he got the biggest hands I ever seen, bro. Like for a little dude like that, bro. I'd have been like, nah, man. Nah. I'd have been like, nah, man. We ain't fighting with 8-ounce or 10-ounce gloves on. I'd have been like, nah, man, his hands is too big, man. Y'all talking about his gloves was loaded, yeah. Yeah, they was loaded with them big ass gorilla hands, man. Terrence Crawford got gorilla hands, bro. And when you put hands that big in 8-ounce and 10-ounce gloves, yo, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. But that's what we seen play out, man. Listen, I've been on for an hour and a half, man. Salute to everybody that was in here rocking with me. I appreciate the love and support, yo, especially from you, Monarch King. Yo, the $2 goes a long way. You know how long that way goes? Because I'm going to buy that camera, Ron. And when I buy that camera, and I pop up at these fights, right? And I take these fire frames, right? You are going to be a part of that, Ron. You are going to be a part of that because you have been donating to the channel for a long time. You was a part of some of the young killers at the gym going to watch the Josh Taylor fight and these fights. You know what I'm saying? That I purchased tickets for and let them go to the fight. You was a part of that, Ron. You know what I'm saying? That's why I share the content of the young guys down in the gym. When I'm in the gym and I show you some of the guys that you help to support. The Amanis, the $1 Million Marleys, the Cash, the Trade, the Big Zach. These are the guys that you help to support as well. Because when I go down there, and y'all see, right? Real talk, right? I work at 9 to 5. Real talk. And I still go down to the gym and work with the guys, give the guys exposure. Put them on my platform. Even the little green guys. You see me down there fucking with my guy, little Malachi. Malachi done came a long way. When Malachi first came to the gym, he didn't even know how to jump rope. He was that uncoordinated. Now he be in there sparring. That's why I be fucking with Malachi. His head is a little big. That's why I be like, yo, I'm gonna get in there with you and fuck you up, little nigga. The same way Terrence told Amani, yo, I'm gonna spar you, man. That's what I be telling them little niggas. I be like, yo, you ready? You ready? I'm gonna get in the ring with you. You ready? Are you ready? But yeah, I appreciate everybody stopping through, man. Love is love. Shout out to Fistiana, WCS, I don't want to forget nobody. Toby, the UK, Seaside Delo, appreciate you. Yo, Seaside Delo, did you see Bud crip walking? Yo, Bud was crip walking at the after party. I didn't want to put that out there, because they be like, yo, man, he's a gang member. It's a dance, man. It's a dance. God damn it. It's a dance, man. Oh, man. Bud said Drago's line. If he dies, he dies. Yeah, man. Bud is a killer, man. UGC Flames, All Boxing, 1108. Toby, my guy in the UK. Modern King, always D-Ray Promotion. Fistiana Fights. WCS. I appreciate all you guys, man. I appreciate all you guys. Yeah, but Bud was crip walking, man. Yeah, he had the Omaha crip walk. He ain't quite got the LA crip walk. But see, the LA hoods, the Crips, that shit is different, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Bud was doing the Omaha crip walk. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Bud. And listen, I'm not being gang affiliated saying that it's a dance, god damn it. That's the we over here we give the proper recognition for stuff. That is a dance, man. You know what I'm saying? It's called the crip walk. It is a dance, But I appreciate all of y'all that stopped through, just smash the like button. Look, this is where I get a lot of my boxing knowledge from right here. The wise men. The wise men, right there. Look at those three wise men. Know what I mean? So when I come on here and I drop some gems, man, sometimes I just sit around them and just listen. Especially when we're all on the same fight card, I sit around them and just listen and let them just soak up the knowledge like a sponge, and then come on my platform and talk shit about boxers. And then I get people, man, like, yo, you don't know shit. Fuck you, Sean. You never fought. So run down on me. If you see me, because like I said, I be at fights. I be at fights. I'm visible. I was just in Toledo, Ohio, the whole fight week. I be at fights. Run down on me. If you don't respect my boxing views, run down on me. Just come correct, man. Like I said, I am very respectable. Just come correct, man. Come correct. That's all I ask, man. You know what I'm saying? We can have a conversation. It's cool to disagree. But just, like I said, I am a gentleman. I am a gentleman. Like I said, people could come on my platform and disagree with me. This isn't the show where I'm going to curse you out and invite you to my manhood because you don't see my views. But I will say this, right? For the guys that talk crazy about me online, when I do see you in real life, I do check your temperature. I keep it short like that. I don't want to check your temperature. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you ever put a threat out there towards me, because if you know me, like, don't threaten me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say I'm like that, but if you threaten me, I am a man, and I gotta make sure that you was just playing around. You know what I'm saying? So I am going to check your temperature. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I move in peace, man. I move in peace, man. But like my man Gumbo would say, like, I'm on my Malcolm X, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not Martin, man. You're not gonna slap me and I turn the cheek and give you the other cheek. You slap me, I'm gonna strike you back. I'm gonna strike you back, man. It's tit for tat over here. But I appreciate all y'all. Man, WCS said, nah, don't break the mind. Nah, man, come on, WCS, man. We are peaceful, man. We are peaceful, God-fearing men, righteous, honorable brothers. But I will defend myself, man. I will defend myself. That's why I like staying in the boxing gym. Because it's always good to keep your joints sharp. Just keep your joints sharp, man. I was always taught that, man. Like, just keep your joints sharp, especially as a protector, provider, as a man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when all else is said and done, you want to be able to protect yourself. Because if you don't have anything else in life, whether it is money, any type of materialistic things, as long as you are able to protect yourself, you are okay in life. But salute to everybody that came through today, man. Let's close out. Since my man WCS is in there, I'm gonna close out with a WCS drop, as well as show you some of I've been calling fights and predicting a lot of stuff forever. Shout out to my man T.O. Senior. I gotta throw some T.O. Senior footage up that I got.
Yo, this is Jackal Fitness. I'm here with the victorious coach and the new. That's right, man. Yo, just speak on it, man. You always talked about greatness with your son, man. World champion after how many fights?
I told everybody we're gonna get the title with 15 fights. But
Yes.
we told Mason Bernard.
Yes.
And then we're gonna get Lomanteca in 16 fights.
Oh, yeah, he was in the building tonight, man. Yeah, we was in the stands, man. A lot of people said that after what they seen what he did to Comey, that Lomachenko might be a little nervous, man. What's your thoughts on that, man?
I don't care, man. We're gonna catch him, you know.
Yeah.
We're gonna catch him.
Talk on the pops.
He's gonna get popped.
Yeah.
He's gonna be able to freaking take that power.
Yeah.
Lomachenko's too small, man.
Yeah.
And come April, I'm gonna say the same thing.
Yo, just describe, man. You hear the noise in the background, man. You was a fighter coming up, you know, DNA.
Y'all didn't pay attention. I gave y'all the sauce, man. I told you Tiafimo was gonna catch him, man. They was plotting on Tio, man. I told you I gave y'all the sauce, man. What happened? Tio walked, Lomachenko down, man. But salute to everybody that came through today, man. Appreciate all you guys, man. You know the vibes. I holla.
The World Combat Sports with the one and only Sauce Talk podcast in the house.
That's right. You know the vibes.
Yes, sir.
This is your boy Jamel Simplifier Herring, and I'm with the best in the world, the best from Long Island, the Sauce Talk Podcast. Hey, we doing big things. Shout out to everybody out there in LI as well. Simplify, salute.
Yes, you know the vibes.